I would like to thank those who have donated to the channel over the past 2 years. This channel is not monetized, but yet it is shadow banned by the powers that be.
Support your own, man. Because we done been on the other side of this shit. We done been on the other side of this shit. Niggas don't even get love in their home state. And then 2 years later when niggas vote, it's like, oh, we always loved y'all. Fucker.
Pause.
The following program contains frank and explicit language.
French toast your happiness.
Shame on you. Prove me wrong.
But takes you all the way to tough moves like the windmill. It's all right here in my easy to follow book. And tell mom and dad it's the safe way to break and pop. Not what I'm gonna do, if you know what I mean. Everybody.
Päästä oikeaan diskofiilinkiin, että tämä onnistuu. Polvet siis menevät eteenpäin, lantia menee taakse ja suoraksi, kädet alas.
Best Latin jazz performance, Habana, Roy Hargrove's Frisco.
I'm so happy. I'm so we got my money back.
Good evening, Mr. Bustido. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, involves countering the threat posed by a New Yorican bald head tether faction. Little is known about this faction except their ancestors fled from the island of Puerto Rico, possibly during Operation Bootstrap. They have been dubbed the Crumb Crew. Their minister of disinformation seems to be a born-again failed rapper who spews forth anti-black propaganda every chance he gets. They aim to center themselves in Black American culture with the overall goal of claiming it as their own. This cannot be allowed to happen. All relevant files have been encrypted and sent to your secure mobile device. 3 other team members have been selected. They are already in place and await your arrival. You are authorized to use extreme prejudice when wielding the truth to complete your mission. If you or any members of your team are banned from social media, it will be considered the price of taking care of family business. Good luck, Agent Bustido. This message will self-destruct in 5 seconds.
I've never seen a black person.
I'm black, bro. Fat Joe is black.
I'm just as black as any black nigga.
We are black. We all black.
I got green eyes and I'm white.
My name is Derek Cologne. Born in the Bronx and born and raised in the Bronx.
You lying?
I never lie. I was born in Manhattan, but I was raised in the Bronx.
I like you, man. You lie a lot.
And so the quietness is overwhelming. The only person who made a video, 3 videos that, go watch him. I don't really care. It's Truth Savior. Nothing from Akeem. Hip hop historian made 2 goofy videos that had nothing to do with nothing. Nothing from Boostedo.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
What is wrong with you people? Afraid to look ugliness in the face? Well, here! Look at it! It's ugly, isn't it? You look at it!
Hello.
You look at it!
Hi.
Look at it! Look at it! Look at it! Look at it! I want all of you to look at
But wait, it gets worse.
Salsa is New York City, Fania Records. Started by a Dominican and an Italian. But make no mistake, the main players were Puerto Ricans. So this idea that they, that they want to push is, since you claim you were there since the beginning of hip hop culture, we can claim that we were there during the beginning of salsa. The problem is, we were there from the foundation of hip hop culture. But you were not there from the foundation of salsa.
What do you mean by that?
Let's use, for instance, salsa, right? So we do know that there were Black Americans that were involved. Absolutely. They were musicians. There's a difference. There are no Black Americans that created a style, a flavor, a way of playing within the salsa genre. None. Number 2, there are not one, anywhere on the face of the planet Earth where you find a Black salsa band, a Black salsa singer.
You lying?
I've never lied.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Flashback.
We do know salsa.
The name salsoul is a combination of salsa and soul. But this is not me just making this up. Let us go straight to the source for the term salsoul. I give you Joe Bataan, the half-Black American, half-Filipino, non-Latino, king of Latin soul.
He said, what do you want to call the label? I said, Sal Soul Records. He said, what the hell is that? I said, Sal means salsa. Soul is soul. And the combination of it is something that I'm going to show you that's going to grow into something bigger than you've ever known. He said, what do you mean? He says, it's going to be the South Soul of Motown. It's going to be similar to Motown, but in its own gender. It's going to be South Soul.
What is salsa? Salsa is flavor and spice. Salsa is Latin soul.
End of flashback.
Not one, anywhere on the face of the planet Earth.
Family, this highlights the danger of someone recklessly speaking on subject matters that they are ignorant of. Dr. Derek Colon, blinded by his anti-Black hatred, in one fell swoop deletes Joe Bataan, the king of Latin soul, right out of history. In fact, right off the face of the planet. Now Joe Bataan being labeled the king of Latin soul isn't my doing, it's what Fania has on its official website. Since we are at the Fania website, let's see what they say makes up salsa. The apex of tropical music, combined with the swing of big band jazz and the gritty vibe of American R&B, jazz, funk, and soul.
But you were not there from the foundation of salsa.
You lying?
I've never lied. That's your opinion.
I like you, man. You lie a lot.
Sal bro.
Family, what if I told you that we were there from the foundation of salsa? What if I told you that Joe Bataan was one of the first acts signed to the Fania label?
And I got a call from this disc jockey. He says, I got a guy that's starting a record company named Jerry Masucci.
Say it again.
I got a guy that's starting a record company.
Say it again.
I got a guy that's starting a record company named Jerry Masucci, and he's looking for talent. He wants to come and hear you. I said, okay. He came. He was biting his nails. He was young at the time. Had no idea that he would become a big Mongol, but he started. And he said, what do you want to do? I said, I want to record. He says, I like your band. He says, I want to get paid. He said, okay. He says, when? So the next week, the rest was history.
As we can see, Joe Bataan is the gift that keeps on giving. Let's see what else Joe Bataan has in store for the good doctor.
I was in the studio alone, and I thought to myself, man, nobody's doing this in Spanish. And I started doing it. And, you know, if there was somebody else doing it, I don't know.
As usual, Dr. Cologne decided to play fast and loose with the truth. He clearly states that Mr. Schick is the first MC to rap in Spanish on wax. Now this is in 1981 when Disco Dream is released. Unfortunately for Dr. Cologne, in 1979, the year he left the Bronx, Joe Bataan released his rap song, Rapo Clapo, in both English and Spanish. Now this would make Joe Bataan the first to rap in Spanish on wax. But let's hear from Joe Bataan how Rapo Clapo came about from Black American culture.
So, bro,
we pick up the story as Joe Bataan has arranged a recording session for Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. But they are no shows. With everything on the line, Joe Bataan draws upon his Black American culture to make Rapo Clapo a reality.
I booked the studio time, got the musician. I put down the music and had everything done. There was a young lady by the name of Jocelyn Shaw, who all you might know is Jocelyn Brown. She lives in the UK now. Tremendous singer.
My horse, and I can't let you go. You are the one who makes me feel so real. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, what am I supposed to do? Oh, what am I supposed to do, baby? When I'm so hooked up on you, then I realize that you are somebody else's guy. Oh yeah. Why you wanna do this to me?
And she did the background. We doubled it. And the result was, when you start feeling those chills, you know you have something, clap your hands, everybody. And I said, whoa, what do we got here? Then I waited 3 hours. Nobody showed up to the studio. So I thought about it, and I thought about Jocko Henderson. If you don't know, he was a DJ back in the 50s, radio DJ. And he used to talk on the mic, like similar to Frankie Crocker. And he would say smart things like, ooh, papa do, how do you do, and stuff like that, you know? And I said to myself, you know what? I think I could do this myself.
You think I'm gonna make a shot? Got rhythm, got beat, gonna move your feet. Got class, finesse, a whole lot of style. Gonna be around for a long, long while. Got something for the young, something for the old. Something that's missing from a rock and roll.
Esta nueva onda acaba de empezar. Tiene ritmo, fuerza, nos hace bailar. Con clase, finura y mucho para dar. El rapo, clapo se va a quedar. Le gusta el casado, le gusta el soltero. Le gusta a todos en el mundo entero.
So yes, family, we were there at the foundation of Fania and Salsa, plus we hold the title of the first to rap in Spanish on wax too. With the release of Rapo Clapo, Joe Bataan went on a 6-month European tour as it was a smash hit overseas. So Black American culture hip-hop was also being spread overseas live and in person long before the New York City rap tour was conceived. Till this day, Rapo Clapo remains Joe Bataan's best-selling work.
Not one anywhere on the face of the planet Earth.
So you're a liar.
I've never lied.
So, bro.
Wait, it gets worse.
Family, we have just started to scratch the surface of the many lies and half-truths contained in Dr. Derek Cologne's failed propaganda piece. Let's scratch the surface a little deeper. Dr. Cologne tells his followers what Mr. Magic accomplished in Black American radio. He then proceeds to tell us Mr. Magic was Puerto Rican.
He would be known as the voice of the city, and did you know that Mr. Magic was Puerto Rican?
Now family, what if I told you that Mr. Magic was half Puerto Rican? You would naturally ask, well, what was his other half? Right? Well, I'm not going to do that. Let's hear it straight from the horse's mouth.
You see, Mr. Magic, he's half Puerto Rican.
What the fuck?
He's half Puerto Rican.
Say it again.
He's half Puerto Rican.
Well, family, there you have it. Dr. Derek Cologne tells us that Mr. Magic is half Puerto Rican. But why didn't the good doctor tell us this in his propaganda piece? Why would he intentionally mislead us?
Y'all know what's going on. And so do I.
For the answer to these questions, we need to scratch the surface even deeper. In his now deleted pinned comment, Dr. Derek Cologne tells us that Mr. Magic's other lineage half is Black American.
He's half Puerto Rican.
Got him. We fucking got him.
You see how easy it is to debunk Dr. Cologne's nonsense. These constant lies points to perhaps a deeper psychological issue the good doctor suffers from. Now let's take a look at yet another recent challenge the good doctor has made.
So, bro.
Now, again, the question is this. Are New Yorkers guests in the House of Hip Hop? Prove it. Don't prove it by asking us what we did. Prove it by the evidence that you have to show that we were not involved from the beginning in any way, shape, or form. And that we were standing around as spectators. In fact, we weren't even standing around. We were doing our own thing in our own culture. Every Puerto Rican.
Wait a minute. This sounds awfully familiar. Didn't we just have to prove what Black Americans did at the foundation of salsa? Well, let's keep that same energy, and New Yorkers now have to prove what they created at the foundation of hip-hop. New Yorkers are not born in Puerto Rico. They are born in New York City. As to being invited guests in the Black American culture of hip-hop, Dr. Cologne is a shining example. Let's listen as the good doctor explains how he was an invited guest of a Black American to his first hip-hop jam.
That's what we're talking about here. Prove that we are guests. And a guest is somebody that is invited into the house. Who invited us?
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Many of you know the story that I've already told numerous times where when I was 10 years old, there was a woman who lived in my apartment with my family named Doris, her husband and her, Bo and Doris. African-American family lived with us. Doris came up the summer of 77 to my room, asked me if I wanted to go to a jam. A guest is somebody that is invited.
Say it again.
A guest is somebody that is invited. She took me to 28 Schoolyard. It was at nighttime. My mother gave her permission to take me.
What the fuck?
Family, Dr. Derek Cologne just told us he was an invited guest to his first hip-hop jam. I'm not kidding you, he just told us a Black American woman named Doris who lived with his family invited him as her guest to his first hip-hop jam. This is pure madness.
So, bro.
Obviously, the good doctor speaks before he thinks. Let's listen to how he desperately tries to delete the Black American T.T. Rock from his creator status within the Bronx Boys rocking crew.
This makes sense. So T.T. Rock, an African American, who's cool. He's hanging out with Batch, with Puerto Ricans, with TVB. He's hanging out with the graffiti crew. He does a move, an up-rocking move from the air. He falls to the ground to brace his fall. And so he braces his fall. They all laugh at him. He gets up, but they think what he did was kind of fly. The mistake he made, he fell to the ground, so they start playing around with it. I'm paraphrasing. You can watch the interview. So TT Rock goes from doing a Latino dance, up rocking, to B-boy breaks. He falls to the floor to brace his fall from a mistake because he didn't want to bust his behind. And so he goes from doing a Latino up-rocking dance to going to the floor, falling to brace his fall by accident, and he creates a black dance. Does that make sense to you? No.
The good doctor continues his denigration of the black American TT Rock in another session.
Truth be told, he says TT Rock taught TBB how to flow rock. Oh my God. Oh, you take a story from Batch, where Batch tells the story of TT Rock falling on the floor by accident, and all of a sudden, the myth is now the story that TT Rock, an African American, taught TBB how to do floor rocking. Nice try, bro. Nice try. Yeah, by accident is not creating. That's right. He fell to the floor by accident and happened to break his fall. So if I fall to the floor and I break my fall and I do this, all of a sudden I created floor rocking. I created breaking. Get the heck out of here.
Family, Dr. Derek Colon has just given us a new definition of creation. Anything done by accident is not a creation. Let us apply this new definition of creation unbiasedly across the board, especially with respect to hip-hop and breaking.
So, bro.
And you just came up with that when you were practicing one day?
Accident. Complete accident.
What the fuck?
Yeah, by accident is not creating. That's right.
Say it again.
By accident is not creating.
Say it again.
By accident is not creating.
Say it again.
By accident is not creating.
I was actually, I over-rotated when I was going into a chair freeze, and it was on Crotona Avenue.
Once again, family, in one fell swoop, Dr. Derek Colon has single-handedly erased the creation status of everyone in the known universe. That's if they stumbled, fell, over-rotated, the condom broke, anything by accident. Incredible. You can't make this stuff up. What's even worse, family, is that Crazy Legs was doing a Black American dance and attempted a Black American created move, the chair freeze, and by complete accident created a Puerto Rican move. Now what would Dr. Colon say about this?
Does that make sense to you? No.
Perhaps Dr. Derek Colon owes TT Rock and the Black American community an apology. And if I'm not mistaken, this would be his second apology to Crazy Legs. Of course, the first one he deleted.
But wait, it gets worse.
So, bro.
If you use Google as your resource, my friend, if you are not using peer-reviewed articles in journals, if you are not using original sources, and you're using Google and ChatGPT, and you're using Wikipedia, don't call yourself a scholar. You're not a scholar.
Show me a definition of the word discography that defines it the way you do.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Hello?
Yeah, hold on. Let me put on my headphones, buddy. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Bluetooth?
I can hear you.
All right. Can you repeat the question?
Can you, at this moment, because you were reading some things, so at this moment, can you present me with a definition of the discaga that said is the go off, is the Latin percussions, is the get loose and all of that? Can you provide a definition that says that? Independent of you.
Yeah, none of it was dependent of me.
No.
The Latin none of it was dependent of me.
No. I want you to provide me with a definition that I can look up. I want to be able to go on my pad right here. I want to go on my pad and look up that definition of the discaga that defines it the way you do.
Well, the way that I define it,
yes,
is
I want to
what it
be able
says.
to look it up.
Yep, I'm looking it up right now. Let me find it. Okay, so the only place that we see.
Just read it for me. Tell me the website that you got it from. Just read it for me.
But that's what I'm looking for right now. I don't want to use Wikipedia.
No,
because that's what most people use.
Right. I don't want you to use Wikipedia. Use the definition. Use the website that you got your definition from. That's the one I want.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm trying to find it.
Okay.
You didn't prepare me for this, so I'm.
No, you got to be prepared, buddy.
No, these are fresh questions.
Well, that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
If you're solid, it's no problem, right?
Well, it is no problem.
There you go. That's what I want to hear.
Okay, so here we go. This is from Last FM.
What the fuck?
And you're using Google. Don't call yourself a scholar. You're not a scholar.
Say it again.
You're not a scholar.
Say it again.
You're not a scholar. Okay, so here we go. This is from Last FM. This is from Last FM. You're not a scholar.
Say it again.
Pa'lante!
You lying?
Bro, why you lie so much? Oh, you must have got that from Boostedo's videos, huh? Where the guy says, I like you, bro. You're a good liar.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, man. All right, do your thing.
So, bro, dun. Do it.
The history, the hip hop, the Latino hip hop history. What is it called, man? Listen, I'm all excited right now, right? All right.
I like you, man. You lie a lot.
Not one. Anywhere on the face of the planet Earth.
I'm a drummer, and of course, my first ever salsa record out this Friday, April 5th.
Not one. Anywhere on the face of the planet Earth.
Say it again.
Not one. Anywhere on the face of the planet Earth. The face of the planet Earth.
In time, you will know what it's like to lose. To feel so desperately that you're right, yet to fail all the same.
Support your own, man. Because we done been on the other side of this shit.